All right, well, I hope you have a lot of time because there's a lot of things to
You got 5 minutes.
I've got 5 minutes. All right. I want to do a bit of a walk through history, actually, because I read a very interesting paper that was authored by Mustafa Coach, and that talked about the origins of the food movement in Canada and how Food Secure Canada emerged. And it has its roots in something that's very close to my heart, which is the People's Food Policy and the People's Food Commission that happened 30 years ago. So for people who know the story of the People's Food Commission, 30 years ago people were worried about increasing food prices. They were worried, it was associated also with the increase in price of petroleum. Farmers were going out of business. Town hall meetings were held across the country to figure out what the problem was with our food system. And then in Waterloo in 2005, there was this idea, well, maybe we need to launch another People's Food Commission. And so several of us got together, a lot of you in the room here, and we launched the People's Food Policy process. And again, through conversations around kitchen tables, over 3,500 people from across the country started imagining what a food system would look like that's ecological, that's just, and that we're proud of. And Food Secure Canada has adopted this. And today was just an amazing example of the strength and the breadth of our movement. I mean, how many places can you go to where you've got leaders from the north, where you've got environmentalists, you've got people working in community kitchens, you've got farmers, such a diversity of people, of cultures coming from different geographies, but all believing that we can do something and we need to do it quickly. I was also reading the paper that was authored by Mustafa, and that the first food bank that ever opened up in Canada was back in 1981, and it was the first food bank was opened here in Edmonton. 1981. Today we've got food banks all across the country. We have millions of people who depend on that. When they opened up in 1981, it was thought it was a temporary measure to deal with something, you know, with hunger, and that it's just a temporary thing, and then we'll be able to move on. Well, it's not. It's become part of a chronic problem of hunger and of poverty. So in a country as rich as Canada, that's actually quite a scandal that people need to go to food banks to feed themselves. So tonight, I think you're going to hear some quite provocative things. It's going to make us a bit uncomfortable, but it's also going to make us realize that these things are things that we need to come to terms with, and we need to work together to change the food system so that it becomes more just and that we ensure that everyone has dignity. So I'm very passionate about Food Secure Canada. I'm very happy to see a lot of familiar faces here and a lot of new faces as well. And this is going to be a great evening, so thank you.